Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I hope everybody is really doing well. And welcome to this bull run, guys. And congratulations, we have nailed it. Personally speaking, yesterday was a kind of a dip that probably I would wanted to try to catch it because I mentioned that this might be the dip, and a lot of move, 10-15% move happened, but I was very tired actually since past few days. I couldn't sleep properly because a lot of time spending on charts. But this is how, when the market is, you need to be 100% available, and you just need to try to kill it. That's it, because when the market is right, you need to be available and you just have that focus to kill it. Simple as that. Well, so what's next, guys? And, how things for you. The most important part about this whole stream is that I just wanted to discuss my short-term time frame views for the market. I just hope things are clear for you and you're able to see the screen, and I hope everything is fine. So just let me know in case if something is not working out or it's lagging. Just ping me on the Discord or tag me. Okay, guys. At the moment, I only have one screen because I'm not at home. I'm in India. So just, ping me under the discussion tab and under the Discord, and let's try to figure out the issues. So without wasting time, let's go to the short and time frame views for the BTC. And I have a very, very interesting thing for you guys, first of all. So, we're just going to start with the cycle analysis of the BTC. So this is going to be a very interesting video, and I would say stream. So if you talk about the cyclical view on BTC, this is the bitstamp chart because it has a good history from 2011, and it goes till now. And this is the logarithmic scale chart, guys. So if you see here, since 2013 pump that we got, let me just also put it this way. Just have to tell you. So from the top, and so from this was the top, and this was the bottom. So basically, if you see here, what we are watching is a very interesting, pattern that we are forming right now. So the pattern is, if you see here, from Jan 15, we had a nice bull run, and we went from like $158 to almost close to $20,000, and that bull run lasted for like 1,065 days. This is the monthly chart, and after which we went for a 12 month of a bear market. Then again we started a bull run from 2018 December, and it lasted for close to another 1,066 days. This was the top, if you remember, the cycle top where BTC made new all-time highs. And then we started another bear market in between, the bigger bull run, because there wasn't a bear market, but that was sort of a pullback. Your bull run began from 2018. That was the biggest, I would say, cyclical bull run, which we started from 3,148, and there was another drop or pullbacks that lasted for like 12 months, and it was almost close to 365 days, perfectly matching the previous one. And if you look at the thing, if we are following a very similar sort of a pattern, what we are watching in front of our screen, we started this bull run. The bear market ended exactly at 12 bars, literally ended like 1st of November, I would say November 2022. We ended this whole bear run, and then we started the bull run from November 2022 till now. It's happening, and the 1,065 to 1,066 days are gonna get over on 1st of October 2025. So basically it's gonna be like October 2025, anywhere in between. Now, even though this sounds good, and we still have August, September, 2 months left, but the main issue I have with this whole thing, which I will come on to that portion, after the concrete, or I would say the confluence for why I think this cycle might repeat this time as well. So first of all, let's finish this analysis, and then I'll come to the point where I feel that the top might form before this whole October thing. So basically, what we are watching right now is yes, the 1065 day cycle is going to end around October 2025, and then we can just probably go for another 12 months of pullback and some sort of another small bear market, and after which 2026 is going to be the bottom for the whole bear market thing, and then we will start another major bull run, bull cycle, where BTC normally takes roughly around to the minimum level of I would say 1618 to 2 Fibonacci levels. So, and why do I think that this is going to repeat? So first confluence is, you see, we are repeating the bear market cycle. So even the previous bear market lasted for just 12 months, similar to what we had in 2018, and also we had a very almost similar bear market in 2014. There 1 month was extra, but overall it was a 12 months. So now I think that this is going to, even the bull run cycle is going to come to an end very, very soon. And also this is supported by this hammer. So what are these hammers, guys? These hammers are the confluence we have. So the first most important confluence I already mentioned, the cycle repeats itself, and that's exactly what you're seeing in front of the screen. The second confluence, if you look at from the Fibonacci perspective, when we had a bear market from 2013 to 2014, BTC extended its price action to 2 Fibonacci levels because it pumped from $156 to almost close to $20,000. Now, of course, it was, like pumping from $150 to $20,000. So that was clearly some sort of a very, very, very important, I would say, a major bull run where BTC delivered a very huge returns, if you can say. Now that if you see the bear market that we had from 2017 to 2018, BTC delivered a move that we went up to 1414, and I would say perfect 161 at Fibonacci levels around 65,665. And that was where BTC rejected, came back down. Now, all these things are the logarithmic fib scales. So one thing is, if you look at this whole picture, what you will find is earlier we went above 2 Fibonacci levels. Even I would say we went above 1618, basically. Now the cycle have started, becoming a slight lesser, to the point where we just went to 1618 and rejected. So yes, we can expect a little bit shallow cycle even this bull run, which is going to be anywhere between 1414 and 1618, which is 127,000 to anywhere between 150 160k. Now, of course, our Fibonacci level tells me that 1618 is at $172,000. So whether in these 2 months can we see BTC going to $172,000? Now we need to add more and more and more confluence. So we will try to go to those points where we will add more confluence and see whether the 172 is still achievable. We will see as and when the analysis keeps on going. We will be able to understand how or what will be the exact level of targets BTC can achieve by October 2025. Now, what are the third confluence? You have the Fibonacci confluence. Basically, it tells you that, hey, 1618 to 1414 is going to be your top previously. So of course, every damn time the Fibonacci's are getting shallowed. So yeah, this is going to be the top anywhere between, in the green box is going to be another top for BTC. And then probably when we are topping, let's say, you also want to know where we normally bottom. I can also show you, but we will go to that part probably in the next stream. So in case if you are literally bottoming, or let's say we are bottoming and around, let's say for example, somewhere around 39 to 40k. So the next 1618 to 1414, is going to be around where is the 1414? Yep, is somewhere around 300,000 bucks to 225k. So how that can increase to, you know, somewhere around 370 to maybe around, you know, 400k. The only way it increases if we get a slight deeper pullback, you know, for this whole thing, and that way we can just get a bigger impulsive move towards 400k. So at this point, it's very difficult to say what exactly the next impulsive move or where this next 12 months for the BTC is going to be, where exactly we're going to bottom. We will discuss that once we, you know, start getting a top vibes, of course. But for now, let's stick with the cyclical analysis. So the third confluence is going to be RSI. So if you just look at here, I have, you know, put hammers on whenever the RSI tops out. A very similar thing we have noticed in the past, you know, I have noticed in the past few months or the cycles where, you know, RSI used to top around 95 to 96 percent levels. In 2017, we top around 90, 96, 95 again, and then we started getting, you know, higher highs but lower highs sort of thing, forming a very big bad divergence, as you can see. So that was a bad divergence from 2017 RSI to, you know, 2021 RSI. There was a huge bad divergence, and then again, you know, we had another bad divergence over here where price make higher highs and RSI made lower highs over here. So after that, now again, if you see at this point, I would say BTC is, yes, the price is making higher highs versus the, you know, the RSI is still making lower highs. Now it's very difficult to say whether this RSI is going to top this way, because RSI is also forming, you know, a very good triangle pattern. Now this can be some sort of an accumulation. Of course, we are having already, you know, bad divergence over here. There is another bad divergence that's forming, but we still have, you know, 12 days to see whether this is going to form a bad divergence or not. How July closes is going to make a hell lot of difference. So what we might probably see in this whole thing, that of course we are having, you know, the RSI is forming a bad divergence, but I still see that RSI might just probably go for a breakout, do something like this before we literally tops out, or in October 2025, and forms a bad, you know, a bigger bad divergence from 2021 to 2025. Things explode, we get a big alt season, and then, you know, we go for a bear market like this. This is going to be the bear market where RSI forms a very good, you know, bull divergence, some sort of a bull divergence. We're not gonna go under 41. We might, but I'm sure basically we won't go that deeper. But anything can happen at the point once we tops out. But this is the confluence that I have. RSI is playing a very major role when everything tops out. So this is going to be a third confluence. So hence, you know, looking to this whole pattern, the cyclical approach tells us clearly that, you know, October 2025 is likely going to be some sort of a top for, you know, BTC. Hence, you know, the best part about this whole picture is I'm not going to focus much on BTC, but my focus is going to be more on, you know, altcoins. At the moment, we have played it very nicely. CRV, Tau, take it, Fartcoin, take it, you know, Ethereum, we long date, the profit were booked at 2910. So yes, I'm still expecting WIF and Kawa to play out, hopefully. We will discuss that in the later stage of this whole live stream. But this is what the heart of time frame scenario for the cyclical scenario for the BTC looks like. And, you know, you can expect probably the bear market to last somewhere, you know, so it's likely to do something like this for the next 12 months, where we will do something like this, and then, you know, accumulation, and then we started running up, making new all-time high, taking it to 400,000 bucks. So this is going to be very, very interesting for BTC in my view and overall crypto market. So 2026 is definitely going to be the year where probably we will see a very, very, very another big dump, that the way we saw in February 2025 this year. The reason is 2026, again, we are having a blood moon. Now, as we have finished with this cyclical analysis, I would have told you that, yeah, BTC is continuously going to keep on pumping from now till October, but then we have a little bit issue. The issue is we are having a blood moon. The blood moon is in September, early September. It's like 7 or 9. I don't remember exact date. But yes, we have that blood moon in September 2025, which is literally in like, less than 2 months time. Every blood moon we have seen, be it in 2021, this year as well, normally we dump like 15 to 20 days, sometimes even 30 days prior to the blood moon. So, normally tells me that August is going to be, pump and dump sort of thing. We will pump and then we will dump in August. And then, till September, we'll just keep on dumping, accumulating is going to happen. And after the blood moon happens in the September, I think the market is going to start pumping from mid of September till October. And altcoins are going to go nuts with this whole pump. So the major dip is going to happen between, August 10 to some sort of September 15. So that's going to be the whole dip buy moment for, BTC and the altcoins. Of course, if you are interested in BTC, you can buy. Of course, BTC will give you good returns, but altcoins are going to give you much, much, much bigger returns, especially. So hence your focus and my focus should be on altcoins. I'm not much worried about if I miss BTC 25-30% move. No, but I am much worried about, I don't want to miss like 2 to 3x moves on altcoins, because I'm damn sure altcoins are going to go nuts. So this is the whole BTC analysis, cyclical analysis for, Bitcoin. And with this thing analysis, let's say if we have to go sideways and we pump up till 130k by August, and then the blood moon we start dumping like this to maybe somewhere 80k or 90k. So there's gonna be like we will see one more push up, maybe new all-time highs in October. It can go for like double top sort of thing, and then we can go for a real bear market. So we won't go under 75k for sure, but 80 to 85k, yes, the dip might happen with a blood moon. So something to keep that in mind. I would honestly go for literally, I just sell all my bags that I have, or maybe hedge it. When we start August, as and when the pump happens, we will monitor the USA dominance chart. We will monitor the BTC dominance chart. We'll also monitor the BTC lower time frame chart, so that we know exactly, where would be the wave 5 top for BTC at that point of time. So this is the cyclical analysis. Now let's go to the BTC hard term time frame analysis. So this has nothing to do with the cyclical analysis. This more or less tells you what sort of wave counts from the Elliott wave perspective we are looking for BTC. So there are two possibilities. We also have bull case scenario, and yes, the bull case scenario means that this whole this literally the whole pump was simply some sort of a 1-2-1-2, and the wave 3 is going to be somewhere around some sorts of, let's say we are pumping above 174, like 180 to 190k. That's going to be our wave 3, wave 4, and then your wave 5 is going to be around the upper range high. So this is your range lows, and this is your range highs. This is the new range we are forming, a very similar range that we had, range highs and range lows, and that exactly came from range highs, range lows. So it's like forming a range, the market is ranging. So we are just going to form a new range. So if you just want to see exactly how this range was derived, well, this is how the range was derived. See, so this was the top. I would say, sorry, this was the top. Yeah. So this was the top. And if you see here a very similar thing that happened. Yeah, exactly. So this was the another highs and lows, and the top, the bottom. And exactly what we are doing is, so this was the range, and we got another range. So basically meaning that from the lows, from the bottom here, we literally went double the bottom. So this was, let's say 1, we doubled, we went for 2. So similarly, if this is wave, this is 1, so the double would be around 2, would be around 310,000. So there's going to be a 2. So there's going to be a very bullish scenario for BTC. But, you know, I would have given more weight to this scenario. This scenario still is there, but I really don't have the intermediary wave counts for this whole thing. I won't lie to you, but I really don't have the intermediary wave count. The only intermediary wave count probably you can have it, or I can have it, is going to be 1, 2, 1, 2. This is a whole 1, 2, 1, 2, and we are right now in the wave 3. So that's going to be another 1, 2, and we are in the wave 3 is going to be like this. This is going to be a wave 3, then your wave 4, wave 5, top, top, top. Then we will see. So that's how you finish this wave 3. That's how you finish this whole wave 4 and then wave 5. So this is simply going to be your wave 3, like a bigger wave 3. And then there will be a wave 4, a pullback to the equilibrium or 1414 Fibonacci levels. And then we can have a push up till $400,000, $500,000. Now this can happen. Probably it all depends on how these 2 months, if you don't see a major dump, you know, prior to or around the blood moon, which is coming in September 25. If you really don't see that major dump, yeah, there is a possibility, you know, BTC can literally extend the target to 161. It can even possibly go towards 288. Now this is the bull run. Now this doesn't fit with my cyclical analysis, honestly speaking, and hence, you know, I don't have much confidence whether this is literally going to play out. At this point, I really don't have the confidence. But yeah, as a trader, you should have both bull and bear scenario in front of the screen. I just don't want to have any biasness at this moment. So this is the bull case that you have for the BTC. Let me just probably add this whole thing here so that we can just get a cleaner chart. And after this bull case, we will just probably see the bear case. There can only be 2 scenarios, bull and bear. So the bear case is still same. If you look at from the bear case, this is the bear scenario. This is the bear case option 1, where the wave counts are very normal. This is 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because this scenario fits. Why? Because it perfectly aligns with the volume actually. Because if you look at here, the price is the volume is in declining mode since 2024 March. So this is where we had a very nice impulsive move. The volume was pretty much high, and that clearly tells me that this was some sort of a wave 3 actually. So this was some sort of a wave 3, and we made new all-time highs, and then we go for a sideways wave 4, and then Trump came in, and then we started moving on an upside. So this was clearly a wave 3, 4, and then we started wave 5, again a pullback, and this was your wave 4, a shallow wave 4, and then we are going for a wave 5 right now. So this is like wave 5 is likely going to end somewhere between, if you look at from the FIPS perspective, anywhere between 127,569 or 868 to 130,000 or 131,000 based on the LTF Fibonacci levels. Normally wave 5 don't go anywhere beyond 1618. So 140 is still doable. 140 is still doable. But from the perfect Fibonacci level perspective, 128,000 to 131 is going to be the best case scenario for BTC, and this is going to be the bear case 1 scenario. Overall, this is not the bear case, guys. This is the most bullish case probably I have seen. Because even though we can go for a bear market for 12 months, where it will bottom, I can't say at this moment where exactly it will bottom, because if let's say this is your wave 1 of something, and if this is like we are topping out here, this is just a bigger wave 1 and we are topping out, I really don't see a reason for BTC to go under the golden pocket zone. Now, even if it goes there, max it can go to 702 Fibonacci levels. Everything else is bullshit. Anything under 702, I mean, I really don't see it. It's going to be something like this, because even the previous cycle that we had from the bottom to the highs, we never even tested this golden pocket zone. It just simply bounced off from the 0.5 Fibonacci levels. It was like, front running every damn thing. So we can even front run this as well. So we can just probably not even go under, simply take this liquidity that we have 48,000. We just go towards 45K, maybe somewhere around 45 to 40K. People will expect BTC to go and take this liquidity around 25K. I can give you in writing, this liquidity is not going to be taken care of. If you're so bullish and we want to go for 500 plus or like 500K, then this liquidity is never going to be taken care of. So BTC is not likely going to go under 29K at any point of time in my view. And I have the supporting, I have the supportings. I'll show you basically. You can probably have this whole thing. Let's say this is the option 1 of the bear market or the bear case. Now we'll go for another option 2, which means that we are forming a 3 drive pattern here. Now this 3 drive perfectly aligns with the volumes. You see every new highs, the volume, the first new highs was with the high volume. The second new highs was with the lower volume. And then the third new highs, we did not even, you see, we did not even broke the MA line as well. So this week, this is a very, very, very tricky situation for your BTC. This is so valid. This 3 drive is very, very much valid in my view. And this can be a very clean 5 waves, something. I'm not sure exactly what sort of 5 waves would be, but something. This means that this was A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, A, B, C, and now we are doing A, B, and C. Okay, somewhere close to 135K to 131K. That's going to be your top for BTC for this whole 5th wave, which also perfectly aligns with our target cyclical target that I just mentioned between the Fibonacci levels, 127,400 to 170K. But 172K is possible. It's possible, if we are very bullish. But I have the lower term time frame scenario, and this is so bullish bull case scenario because you're forming some sort of a cipher. Now this is not this was the hard term time frame case, guys. We saw the bull case. This was your bull case for those who really are bullish and expecting BTC to just go on and upwards of 300K to 320K. That is going to be your top for this whole cycle. Like this is in case if you're very bullish, anywhere from the range highs of 306 or 309K to 310K to 320K. That's going to be a top. But after that top, we can expect BTC to literally look for a bigger pullback. And that pullback, if you look at from this bottom of the range lows and this highs, you can see the pullback is somewhere going to be around 0.5 to 0.61 at Fibonacci levels. Now, in this case, if we are going around 316 to 320K, yeah, your bottom would be around 69,800, the previous highs, and somewhere around 69 to 60K. That's gonna be your bottom, after which we will literally go for tagging very much close to $500,000 to $700,000, because of course, as I mentioned, the bigger impulsive moves we get, and the next range is going to be from here, as you can see. In case if we top out here, the next range is going to be like this. So this is going to be your range at that point of time, and probably we can even surpass $1 million for the BTC at that point of time. But this is the most bull case scenario, okay, for BTC. The bear case, I've already mentioned, this is the bear case scenario. And the 3 drive pattern, it's a bear case scenario and perfectly aligns with the volume, guys. I have some confluence over here. If you look at the weekly chart, we are having a very good bad divergence forming already on RSI. But the RSI weekly, we really need to wait for at least 2-day closure to confirm if this bear divergence is still valid, or we are likely going to see some breakout of this RSI like this. And RSI can go till 80, 81. But Whether weekly RSI can really go to 8081 after 2 to 3 attempt, well, just try to look at the historical data. The historical data tells you that yes, in 2020 we had a massive 94 95 RSI, and a 2019 RSI was around 79 to 80. And then we have tried here multiple times in 2016, 1 2 3 4. So yeah, I think 83 to 85 is still a doable RSI, which means that if you are closing this week like a breakout of this RSI, we can easily see 79 to 80 RSI, and that would be good for BTC and overall market, and perfectly aligns with our scenario that yeah, we can see some nice pump across the board till October. But of course we will see an intermediary dip as well for August and September. I can't say an exact date, but based on the historical data that I have, before 30 to 35 days prior to the blood moon, normally we see or we get some major dips actually. So we can probably take the data and we can say that August or early August, like August 10 to, or maybe even slightly before that, August 5 to August 15 20 can be a very tricky days, and we'll see pump and dump sort of thing, and even a major shift from bull to bear case. I mean, euphoria is not there in the market at the moment. Let me just check it once, guys, whether we are seeing or having a bit of euphoric market at the moment. Let me just check it, please. I'm just seeing the fear and greed index for crypto at the moment. Yep, at the moment the fear and greed index is at 71, I would say. Yeah, is at 71, and the volume is pretty much low, but yeah, it's at greed. I mean, we haven't seen extreme greed at this point, which means that the extreme greed is still gonna happen, and which means that from maybe we can see some pullbacks in the next 2 to 3 days, but overall the market is gonna rock from the last half of July from 2025. The market is gonna keep on pumping till maybe first week of August, and it's gonna be very quick, guys. So we have a lot of money to be made. So keep on hanging with me, guys. We just want to make money. In case if things goes, let's say if things goes and plays as per my plan, like a bigger dump happens in August, mid September, early September, of course we will buy heavy, especially spot backs for Ethereum, and for some few of the altcoins as well, of course, because I believe October is going to be a very interesting month for an upside. That also aligns with my cyclical analysis, where October probably likely going to be the top month. But if you see the previous and every month that we have topped, yes, we will see some massive upside every month that you see. So this was the top in 17. We almost did like 100% move in just 1 month. When the month that we topped, even here we did 40% move in 2021. If you look at this month that we have in October 2021, we did almost like 56% move October. So even this October, I think if we are getting a little bit of shallow dip around 95k, then probably you can expect at least 35 to 40% move to 135 to 131k, which perfectly aligns with the previous data that October is going to be very bullish. Even September can be plus minus red and green sort of thing. So there's going to be early red in September, and then it will turn green bullish. So that's how early September can be. So that's the reason I'm telling you that if we really happen to get that dump, we will get it for sure. I really don't know how big the dump would be, but there would be dump. You can expect at least 25 to 20% dump across the board 20-25% is reasonable in the bull market. So we can get those dump. Many coins can even do 40% move on the downside. So it all depends on how, you know, how much stronger they are or how much weaker they are. It all depends. But overall, yeah, a 25% move on the downside can be expected in August, September. But we still have that time. We need to make money. We still have July and early August where we want to make money. So now looking to the whole analysis on the BTC, if you look at here, as I mentioned, what would be the reasonable target? I mean, I really have not much confluence, but the only confluence I have is this shark. And I wouldn't say this shark, but this is a sort of a cipher. And this cipher can still go till 1618, which is around 131,566. We can go there and, you know, and we can just probably move on the downside. I'm not expecting it to go to 886, but somewhere around 786 is still a possibility. The way we did it previously. So yes, that's a possibility on this whole BTC part, which takes it around 38,000 to 40K levels. And somewhere, if you go for slightly deeper, then we can go for this order block that we have around, you know, 35K. So anywhere between 40K to 35K is going to be your, you know, bottom in case if this whole cipher plays out. But this is still a valid one. And this is not exactly, if you just reverse the chart, yep. This is the very good cipher over here at this moment. And this cipher is a very valid one, actually, I have to tell you, because we have played exact similar cipher previously, and you can see how, you know, far we have came. So again, I'm expecting a very similar cipher. This green box, you can say, is going to be your top zone, max upper target for this cipher, anywhere from 14141618. But for now, if you are saying that, you know, October is going to be top, and let's say we are saying that the market is going to pump, October can give 35-40% move on BTC. Now all these things can happen only and only when on the lower term time frame, even on the lower term time frame, as we are forming this sort of a 3 drive pattern. So how it's going to do that? So the only way BTC does this 3 drive on the lower term time frame, you know, so we can do this whole 3 drive pattern. Let me hide it so that we can have a clean chart. Also, let me delete this for time being, meaning that this 5th wave is going to form a 3 drive pattern. So, which also means that, you know, we are likely going to see a pullback till golden pocket zone and 702 Fibonacci levels. So that's going to be ABC, a little bit more downside, 115K push up, and that's going to be a top ABC, a clear move towards, you know, golden pocket zone, somewhere in the August, as I mentioned, the August, and then we go for a little bit sideways here, forming a triangle, maybe one more dip here, and then we go for a final pump in like October or somewhere like this. So that's how we probably, you know, BTC can deliver a very good, I would say, you can see 25 to 30% move around 138 to 140K, and it's still a possibility. Now, the worst case scenario, you know, for this whole thing is, I'm not sure, but because the wave count suggests that definitely this is not ABC or something. This is clearly a big wave 1. That's your wave 2. And now we are doing wave 3, which is not yet complete. The wave 3 is likely going to finish around 125 to 128K. So once it is done, we will see a wave 4, of course, around 110K to 105K. And then another ABC impulsive move in October. And then that's how, you know, the market can probably finish this whole 3 drive pattern. Now you can also check this whole 3 drive pattern on the daily time frame. If you check the daily chart over here, so we are not having a big buy volume. So practically, you know, if you look at this, the volume was very much high over here, after which we are seeing a very low volume, the buy low, you know, the buy less buy volume we are seeing, meaning that the 3 drive on the lower term time frame is even a valid. So this was the 3 drive on the bigger time frame. This is the bigger three drive that I've shown you, And this is the very small time frame 3 drive basically for the BTC, like a very very tiny time frame. I'm not saying from here to here, even inside this bigger 3 drive we are forming a very small 3 drive basically. So this is a very good view on the market from HTF to the lower term time frame. I think lower term time frame BTC is doing ABC. So this was your wave A, B, C, wave B, and now we are doing wave C. Wave C normally does something like this. Anywhere under 115.7, we can probably just do something like this. A deviation accumulation happens, and we form a very good here, some sort of a flag, a very good flag, and we just go for a breakout, one more push up to, as I mentioned, 125 to 126k, and that's where this 5 waves finishes off for BTC. Even on the lower term time frame, the 5 wave will finish. That's going to be a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then after which this is going to be the wave 3 here, A, B, C. Then we will go for wave 1 retest. Normally wave 4 go for, this is wave 1, 2, 3, 4, like a dump. This dump is more likely going to be the blood moon dump or pre-blood moon dump, and then we'll just go for a chop sideways, chop, and then we go for, in October we pump up like this to 130 to 135k. So exact targets we will know when this wave 4 is going to form and finishes off. But yeah, this is what I have now. On the lower term time frame, I do have a bull case scenario for the lower term time frame. We might not be doing ABC. In fact, the dump that we saw was itself your wave 4 actually. So this was your wave 1, 2. So this is like 1, 2, 3, and this was your wave 4. And we like 1, A, B, C, 2, irregular expanded flat. And if you are holding 116k over here, we can just probably run up like this for one more sweep of the highs, but that is going to be very shallow, guys, and after which we'll go for the liquidity on the downside. So when this is the possibility. So what would be the confirmation for an upside move? Very easy, guys, very easy. So your confirmation for an upside would be if BTC is flipping these levels of 119.2k. So once we flip it up here like this, because that would invalidate the head and shoulder that we might form. So if we flip it up, we don't lose close more than, let's say, how many candles we had it in past above these levels. We close 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So yeah, if we close more than 4 candles, consecutive candles above these levels of 119.3, so 1 candle close, 2 candle close, 3 candle close, 4 candle close, and 5th candle also closes above, confirm that it is flipped, and then we can long it, and we can ride it till 124, 125k. So that is going to be our bull case scenario on the lower term time frame for BTC. Now this is what the analysis only and only for BTC, guys. This is just BTC. We have analysis for ETH, we have analysis for USD TOM, we have others total, and we have fuels as well. So I'm not sure whether I'll be able to do everything on this stream, but at least let's go to the Ethereum part. Ethereum on the hard term time frame, I think I have mentioned this previously as well, that Ethereum, if it holds the previous all-time highs of 1426, we can see us push up. They're like forming a triangle, and that triangle scenario was a very, very, very interesting one. And this is clearly tells me this is A, B, and now we are doing wave C here. So this is a very, very valid scenario for ETH, talking about the Fibonacci levels, because we are talking from A, B, C, D, E perspective. So normally a D wave should not go beyond 786 Fibonacci levels, or you can say worst part 886 Fibonacci levels. Now we are literally at the 886 Fibonacci levels, meaning that we have struck the hard term time frame resistance for ETH basically. But this is the triangle, and probably even if we go slightly higher here, what we can see is a pullback basically towards this support that we have, and the bigger breakout leads to the new all-time high. So I'm seeing the Q4 I think after the dump, basically the blood moon dump, I see Ethereum making new all-time highs, easy peasy, and basically $5,000 to $6,000 is what bare minimum what I think ETH is gonna do. Any next dip, probably the blood moon dip, if we happen to get around this order block that we have, this green box somewhere from 2465 to 2153 is going to be the dip buying zone, and I'm expecting it to make new all-time highs for ETH. The invalidation is clearly going to be under 1419. Of course, it's going to be a wider invalidation because of the nature of, you know, the triangle. Normally the triangle invalidations are the lows and the wicks of the previous, you know, basically either it's going to be A wave, C wave. So now this is a triangle, we should not go under C wave. So E is going to be shallow. It can even go around $2,600, and then we can just simply make new all-time highs, pull back, and then we can continue to 9,900. So basically ETH can go till 9K to 10K in Q4, October, you know, after that bigger dump. ETH can simply, this month, this 2025, by end of 2025, Ethereum and altcoins can go nuts actually. Hence, I'm telling you why I feel that, you know, whatever we have seen so far from the bull run perspective, like here, BTC dominance, whatever we have seen so far, this is just like a test pump, you know. Forget about this. This was never about the big bull. This was simply a test move. So the real move is yet to happen, and we are, you know, everybody was expecting this to dump, but nobody predicted exactly when it is going to dump. It just perfectly went to 786 Fibonacci levels, touching my box. And I mentioned that, you know, we need to just buy alts very, very heavy. I also mentioned July is going to be amazing month, July, August, early August. And then you will see a very good dump in August to September, accumulate, you know, altcoins in September. And then I see how the market is going to go. So now this can be ABC, guys. So maybe this whole thing, if you look at from the weekly perspective, whether we are top or whether this whole thing is the literally the top, it's hard to say. But what I know for sure is that we had another, you know, rising wedge. Now I don't say this is a 3 drive because the volume doesn't support, but let's say this is some sort of a, you know, let's say the 3 drive sort of thing, then, or I would say rising wedge. Let's say this is how the rising wedge is. Now we are literally going down. Yes, there's gonna be a wave 2 if this is wave 1. So the move on the downside was wave 1, and we are in the order block. We are at support right now. And even if you look at the RSI is also forming a very good, you know, some sort of a very, very interesting, not bullish divergence, but we are literally under the 50%, and a slight push on the downside is going to form a very good bull divergence. But weekly momentum is not there yet. Daily momentum is already peaked at the bottom, and we are forming a very good bull divergence from these lows, as you can see, you know, from here. And we are forming a very good bull divergence, meaning that if this move on the downside was simply, you know, wave 1 here, we will see wave 4, we will see wave 5 like this. But after which you can expect a massive push on BTC dominance to 64.6 to 65%. Minimum you can expect basically somewhere around the 64.4% levels. So just have to be slightly careful, you know. Maybe this whole thing goes for a sideways chop, sideways chop, and then we pump up, meaning ETH BTC likely going to see a reversal as well along with this whole thing. So you just have to be careful. I think we have to be careful, but I think we still have one more downside left, as I mentioned here. This is where the liquidity is, and we need to take this liquidity here. So yeah, I mean, not to worry about it, but eventually once July ends and we form a bull divergence on the daily, of course we are having a bull divergence like this. It's a bigger bull divergence. We need a smaller bull divergence, meaning that, you know, here RSI reverses, we pump up, then what's going to happen? BTC dominance dump, but the price RSI don't dump, make bull divergence like this, and then we actually reverse and go like this. So that situation is going to happen at some point, probably next few days or weeks time, but that will happen. So you just have to be very careful. Just keep on tracking this BTC dominance. Now, I really don't have the wave count for all these things. I mean, from here till here, I really don't have the wave count, and either this is the literally the top, or this is irregular flat ABC, and we can see one more push up in this zone for the bottom, you know, like this, and then we can go for a big bull run like this. But I'm damn sure we are not gonna go anywhere beyond 69%. It's like it's not gonna happen. Forget about it. So it's not going to happen beyond 69.65. So anywhere from 66.6 to 69 is still a possibility. I'm not sure. I don't have the wave count for that at the point. So we just have to play what RSI and other indicators tells us, where we are seeing, you know, momentum is losing, or where it's getting weaker. So, or stronger as well. Of course, right now we are seeing some sign where the reversal is likely going to happen. So you just have to be slightly careful, you know. So this was all about BTC DOM, Ethereum. This is my plan for ETH. Now the worst case scenario can be that the whole move on the downside, this was A, B, C. Now again, this was A, B, C, then it is A, B, C. So basically there is a possibility that the whole thing is likely going to be some sort of a WXY, XZ sort of thing. For that to confirm, we should not go beyond 3,700 at any cost. If we start going above 3,700, then this bull count is going to be valid. If it don't, and if we start losing this green box, then, you know, the bear case would be like this. We will see one more downside. It's going to be, you know, A, B, C, like this. So something like this, A, B, C, irregular expanded flat. Let me just show you an alternative wave count. An alternative wave count is going to be something like this. See, so this whole dump that you saw was the bottom, okay, and this whole thing was some sort of a WXYXZ. I'm just gonna share 786. So WXYXZ is going to be, so basically wave 4 is already in. So this was your wave 4, okay. And this is some sort of, let's say here, sorry, this is going to be your wave 4 here. Where is WXYXZ? Yeah. So this is ABCW. Then this is going to be ABC over here. You know, at this point, this is going to be your X, ABCY, ABCX, and Z. Sorry, where is WXYXZ? It's a very complex double zigzag correction. I would say triple zigzag. So this is going to be your W, X, Y, X, and Z. Like this. Meaning, now this X can go for irregular expanded flat. And if it does, then meaning that we won't go beyond or under 1,400. Somewhere we will just likely going to see double bottom sort of thing. So what it might do is go for irregular expanded flat, meaning that this whole thing was, we can do something like this, sweep up the highs like 4,000 right now. And then we can go for A, B, C, like this M pattern, and then we can go up like this to 9,900. But surely, in my view, this 10K to 14K is going to happen. The question is how it's going to happen. Either from this green box now, it's going to happen, or likely going to see a double bottom, you know, or a 786 Fibonacci levels, and it's going to happen. So for that, we will be able to know only and only, or I will be able to tell you only and only how the August is going to close or July is going to close, you know, whether we are rejecting simply from here, go sideways, and it's going to take its turn and the money is going to start rotating, and only then I'll be able to tell you exactly how this triangle, scenario or WXYZ scenario is going to play out. But yeah, overall, I think the target is here. 10K to 1618 is what you can aim for, Ethereum. And it's going to be a bare minimum target. Let me also show you the channel target. So this was the highs and this was the lows. So if we just put this similar channel from these highs to lows, normally your target should be around $26,000. It's going to be too much, way too much target. I'm not sure how Ethereum is going to, but it is a possibility is there because it's like a bigger triangle, And if we draw the fibs, 1:1 extension. So this is wave 1, 2, 3, and we can go with the golden pocket and 786. So yeah, so it's anywhere between $11,200 to $23,000 is still a possibility. It's going to be a way bigger bull run target, and it perfectly aligns with BTC dominance, also ETH BTC chart. We are long guys on ETH BTC. If you remember, we literally caught here the bottom, this one, and we are almost up by 37%. Right now we are 35.4%. Now I just want to see how we're gonna close here. It's likely gonna be a deviation or what. I'm not sure whether this move is A, B, C, some sort of wave C, and then we go for A, B, C like this, and it perfectly aligns with what we are watching from BTC dominance perspective, as I mentioned. So a slight move on the downside like this, bull divergence, and then we're gonna A, B, and C a retest like this, which puts ETH BTC this way. So I might even look for some take profits, and after which we can look for a mega pump towards 0.042 to 0.041, like a trend line back testing of this whole thing. This is like a trend line retest, you see. So guys, honestly speaking, we are at a resistance, a local resistance for ETH BTC, as well as BTC dominance. We have a support. We will see a small dip on it, of course, but try and understand we are also forming a big bad divergence over here on a weekly time frame for ETH BTC, which nobody's gonna talk about. So this is a very good bad divergence as you guys are watching it, and not only this bad divergence you're watching, you see the bad divergence is really freaking big bad divergence. You have triple bad divergence, basically something to just keep an eye on, meaning that RSI can literally play out a very bookish way. Actually, I mean, we have seen how it plays out. It tries to break the 50 in one go. So this is going to be a range. So what's going to happen after this, we will do something, we can do something like this here, chop, and then we do something like this, meaning that this is going to be a very good dip buy for ETH BTC as well as the market. So you just have to be ready for what is going to happen in the next few days, especially once the August begins. You will see a lot of pump and dump, euphoria. The market is not yet euphoric. We still need a little bit more pump on the altcoins, and that's what I expect, actually, a little bit more pump. So by end of the July, it's going to be good. So maybe in the next few days, maybe today, we are getting some dip and BTC is doing something like this. So till BTC finishes this C wave, you can expect a choppy market, a little bit more dump on the market sideways. But once this is done, we can expect something like this. So then the market is going to again go nuts. Probably the next today or tomorrow is going to be red. And then again, if this plays out, then you will see tomorrow is going to be a sideways, chop like this, double bottom, accumulation like this, and then we run up like this. So only we need to bottom. Once we bottom, altcoins are gonna go run. So we are done with the ETH BTC, guys. USA DOM. This was the plan for the USA DOM. If you remember, this was a perfect rejection here. I mean, I'm so happy and I'm so glad this played out, and we have played it very nicely. two options. Either we go for a double bottom or we just simply go for the lows. I mean, as I mentioned, we can even go for the lows. If you look at the RSI, and RSI is not looking good actually, honestly speaking. It simply tells you that it's trying to break out. It is above RSI based EM50, which means that this plan makes more sense to me. This basically the whole plan. We can see 1, 2, 3, 4, push up, 5, 4, and 5, and then we can run up. So this bear count makes more sense at this point, just seeing the RSI. And even though if you look at the daily time frame, we are literally at the 786 Fibonacci levels, guys. Literally. And if you look at the daily RSI over here, now this is slightly scary, I know, but just look at this daily RSI. We are forming a bull divergence here. Just see this. I know it's slightly scary, but can't help it. That's a good bull divergence we have on the RSI. So of course it's not gonna simply rocket, it's not gonna pump, but what it can do, even though we form a bull divergence, what it can do is a dip like this. There's gonna be a wave 1, 2, that's your wave 3, wave 4, 5, 4, and 5. Like this we can do. So basically RSI can do something like this, and then the real pump happens on the RSI. So, we can just run this whole thing up like this. So we can still, probably see a little bit more upside. Resistance is there around 4.380%. That's your lower term time frame resistance. So we can just probably go to those or that level of resistance, the green line. Like this we can go. ABC. Okay. Can even go for a sweep of the highs one more time, and then come back down again like this. So this is where, July, the mid of July to August is going to be amazing. And just print the money out of, just keep on printing it. But once this is bottom, once the daily, as I mentioned, gets bottom, you just simply get the fuck out of the market. I am honestly going to do that. I don't care. I mean, if you think that it's going to 3%, 2.5%, it can do, but I don't care, because this is clearly, in my view, some sort of a, ABC that's literally happening in front of our eyes actually. So until proven otherwise, but this can literally happen, So the basically what you want is the Q4 will be good, and what you want to see is the rotation of money happening from BTC to altcoins. Ethereum runs, altcoin runs, BTC goes sideways, accumulation happening, and I just want to see money flowing from BTC to Ethereum and altcoins. Now this is not sure. I'm not sure whether this is going to play out at this point. The bear case scenario for the bull case scenario for USD DOM, but definitely I'm very much optimistic for this case. And it also aligns with my triangle scenario for ETH. You see, also we are having a triangle here. So that's a very good triangle basically. So we can go down here, and then we will see a push up for the blood moon. And after that, all season, everything pumps up and go down like this. So this is going to be very clever. That's going to be A. That's going to be B, C. This is going to be W, X, A, B, C, D, E, and then W, X, and Y. So this is how the whole cycle for the USD dominance is going to finish. So this perfectly aligns with our plan for this thing. The August dump, the blood moon dump, and then we go for a ultra bull run for the October actually. Not a bull run, but the good all season that we can expect in October actually. Others crypto market cap, going to the others guys. This 12-hour chart is not looking good, honestly. We are likely forming as some sort of a bearish engulfing candle. So we in the next 4 hours 46 minutes we will know exactly if this is gonna form. But this was your wave 3, guys, and the wave 3 is likely in. So in my view, we're gonna look for a wave 4, and normally wave 4 normally bottoms around 0.5 to 0.382 Fibonacci levels. It's going to be around 276 billion to 265 billion. Now, previously also we front run this whole $260 billion mark. If you remember, I mentioned that 260 billion is going to be the levels where, you know, we should be aiming to reload everything. So when we dump from here, I mentioned this can go either ways, ABC, 260 billion, and then we can run up, or simply it's gonna do irregular flat like this, and that's exactly what it did, irregular flat, and then we are going up. So even, you know, this wave 4 can do something like this as well, irregular flat and run up. But if you look at this thing, we are in the wave 4, and the wave 5 is going to take it towards a breakout, which can either going to be at 330 billion to 346 billion dollars. But it all depends on how this 12-hour candle is going to close. Even the 4-hour candle, if you look at, or just look at the daily candle as well, the daily candle is not looking that bad basically at the moment. But the only issue we are having, if this closes this way, we're going to form some nasty bad aversions again on the others, which is something you really don't want to see. But in case if it forms this way in the next 4 or 45 minutes, then we have a problem. Then probably, you know, any push we're gonna get on the other crypto market cap is like, you don't want to keep on waiting for the coin that has flipped EMA 200 or is accumulating. And even if you feel that it's going to bump, for example, WIF, since few days, it's just accumulated above EMA 200. Now it's going under. I mean, it was above our entry, slightly under, but still is good. And I'm holding it from like 1.0368. So basically, you know, if it don't pump and if it don't give you that pump, you know, in the next few days, then this is the dead coin. It's not going to pump at all. You just have to discard it and move on to another. So, but this is what I see for the WIF. It's a very good 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we did ABC. This was A, B, and now we are doing wave C. So I am happy with this. It's doing irregular expanded flat. It should not go under 97 cents, and after which I would expect it to go to 1.25. Probably this is where I'm gonna take profits at 1.25. Total crypto market cap, guys, a very same plan that I have discussed already for the BTC. Nothing too different. Now total DeFi is again forming a very good triangle, guys, as you can see, and I think DeFi is something we need to focus on. This is clearly A, B, and now we are in the wave C. So this was your wave 3 of C. We are doing wave 4 of C, which is like going to go around 107, 106 billion. And then we're going to go up to 130 billion, which means that DeFi coins like Uni, CRV, name it, Link, name it, you just name Sushi, Rune, SNX, Aave Comp, they are likely going to see some good pump. So if you draw the fibs from, you know, wave 2 over here to this wave 3, this is exactly where the bottom should be, around $105 billion. And from there, you will see a push up for like 25 to 23% move. Can't even lead for 26%, but minimum 23% is what you can expect for total DeFi. And that's what even I aim for. We had a Altcoin long, made good. We sold already today morning. I'm not sure where exactly right now it is, but it was a good money. I took another scalp for the Altcoin. I was expecting it to have ABC, like a triangle, but it did not play it out. Very small, tiny scalp. I was aiming for a quick move, but it failed. This is what the overall market looks like, and I think this is a very good dip, guys, on the lower term time frame. If you just look at here, I really don't have the lower term time frame wave count, but what I can tell you that we are not gonna go lower under these levels, $267 billion. We're not gonna go under those levels. So even if you're saying that, you know, 0.382 is where, you know, the wave 4 is going to be like this. So if you look at from the lower term time frame perspective, the 15 minutes time frame, even. So what we are watching right now is some sort of a. This is B. This is 1. A, B, C, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like this. Just take this liquidity. And then khalas. Accumulate. Like this. We go. And another scenario can be even on the lower term time frame, the shallow, because we are having a support here. So if you are holding this support, if you are holding it here, and this is the dip buying thing, because this is the exact levels where you should buy the dip probably with a very tight stop loss, you know. If the 4-hour candle closes above this white line, the 12-hour candle closes, you know, above 293.4 billion, not forming any sort of a bearish engulfing candle. Even the daily closes above 293.2 billion, then simply in the next 4 hour you can buy whatever you want, because what's going to happen, we just simply going to form double bottom. That's going to be, you know, A, B, and C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. And this is how then probably it can go, you know, if you're holding here. Then the deeper pullback, as I already mentioned, this is the levels for the deeper pullback. This is the shallow pullback, but normally we don't even go to 0.236 Fibonacci levels here. See? To 0.236, even 288 billion, we can just probably front run those 288 billion and we can just simply move up. This is 0.236 here, 287.9. That's a very, very, very shallow pullback. So I basically think that the bottom might be in, but we need to completely wait for that H4 candle as well as the 12-hour candle so that we can have a concrete confirmation. But this is the perfect levels to look for some buying opportunity, especially let's see for CRV. Yeah, CRV is looking good. And in my view, yeah, it is looking great. Very good levels, honestly speaking. Looking to the Fibonacci levels, yeah, I think this is a very good levels for CRV. You have a nice order block basically from here till 90 cents. I think CRV is good. Slight accumulation is going to happen, and we can do something like this. That will literally end 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The volume was high, so this was your wave 3. This can be A, B, C, and high. The finishing of the move like this, because we have a liquidity, we have a bigger liquidity around 1.11. so the bears are right now being very happy that, hey, we have got the perfect short, but it can just probably gonna take it up like this. So this is the perfect levels in my view to add. So you just wait for like 12-hour candle close in the next 4 or 38 minutes. I'm just gonna go to bed, and if you're somebody's awake, and if you see, I mean, you should simply take the long. Your stop loss should be under the green line. 87 cents is going to be a stop loss, or 87.7, just the wider stop loss.